Hello, Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to our YouTube channel Camel Plus. I am Saif and we are going to start series of interview sessions from different camel researchers, camel experts, camel adventurers and camel farmers. And today we have legendary personality Dr. Faith. At present, he is the president of ISOCARD International Society of Camelid Research and Development. Dr. Bernard, in French we say bonjour, sir. Dear sir, please introduce yourself in detail, your education, your profession, and your expertise.
Hello, let me introduce myself first. My name is Bernard Faim. I'm a vet, graduate from vet school in Lyon, in France. I became DVM and additionally I got a PhD in Paris University, and I'm currently emeritus scientist at CIRAD. CIRAD is the International Cooperation Center for Agricultural Research for Development, which is a research organization devoted to 1,000 countries. Additionally, since I'm retired from CIRAD, I'm independent expert working with private and public sector.
Thank you, sir. Kindly, sir, tell us about your length and strength of relation with camels and experience with camels.
So, what is the length and the strength of my relation with the camel and my experience with camel? So, in fact, I met camel for the first time in 1975 in Ethiopia, where I started as a young scientist some research on their feeding behavior and mineral metabolism. Later, I worked also in Niger with a Tuareg pastoralist on camel demography. After my long time in Africa, I spent 8 years in Africa, both in Niger and Ethiopia. I came back to France in the Agricultural Research Institute for working on dairy cows, but I still continue to work in collaboration on mineral metabolism and nutritional disease in camel, notably with my colleague from North Africa, in Morocco especially. In 1996, I joined CIRAD, and I developed many collaborations, scientific collaboration regarding livestock science in general, but with a special focus on camel that I approached through 3 main topics. The first topic was the camel regarded as a biological model, for example, its mineral metabolism, but also the specificity of this fine milk composition. The second topic was the camel approach as a productive animal, mainly milk and meat, including aspects regarding the processing of this product. And the third topic was the camel regarded as an element of the desert ecosystem, contributing to the combat of the desertification and allowing some local development. So it is these 3 topics what was my main research activity for the last 25 years. To achieve all these activities, I developed many collaborations, both with research institutions and development agencies. Thus, scientific cooperation were developed with all Sahelian countries. I work in Mauritania, in Mali, in Niger, in Chad, in Sudan, then in the Horn of Africa, especially in Kenya, Djibouti, and Ethiopia, but also in Near and Middle East, in Syria, in Emirates, in Oman, in Yemen, with India also, and in Central Asia, in Kazakhstan, in Turkmenistan, up to Mongolia and China, especially for the Bactrian camel. I was involved also in medium and long-term consultancy for FAO in Morocco, in Mauritania, in Chad, and in Saudi Arabia, where I spent 5 years, up to 2015, working in Camel Research Center on different aspects of camel biology and camel husbandry, notably regarding the camel dairy farm management and milk processing. I was also coordinator of one European project named ProCamed on the development of technical innovation in camel sector around the Mediterranean basin, and currently I'm working as a partner of the European project Camel Milk, aiming to boost the camel milk production and processing also around the Mediterranean basin. It was thanks to this important network that I had all along my activity, that it was possible for me to implement ISOCARD, the International Society for Camel Research and Development.
How do you see the prospects of camel in this world of mechanization?
Okay, what, from my opinion, is the prospect of camel in a world of mechanization? You know, since the years 60s, 70s, the camel use has drastically changed. Formerly, the chip of desert, used for the transport of goods and human, now it is recognized for its zootechnical virtues, its ability to produce good product despite the harsh environment, especially milk, meat and wool, but also many other services. Through my long experience now, I can see the growing interest of camel farming and product worldwide, including out of the traditional camel countries. I think sincerely that camel is an animal for the future and it can overpass the problem of mechanization.
Sir, most camel populated countries are mostly underdeveloped countries. How these countries can utilize camel as alleviation of poverty of their farmers and society?
So it is known that most of the camel are originated from developing countries, and the question of the role of camel in poverty alleviation is important. So for me, the camel is essential for poverty alleviation at 5 levels. The first level is that because the camel is important for food security. The main part, for example, the main part of camel milk is self-consumed by the pastoralist. And in some countries, camel is used also for agricultural activities as plowing or transportation of food product. In that sense, it can be important for the food security of the population. The second level, it is a role of camel in the capitalization. Capitalization, it means that, you know, it's well known that the pastoralist, in the pastoralist society, the small ruminant is a cash. And the cattle, we can consider the cattle as a short-term capital. And in that sense, especially in a society where there is no bank, it is important to consider that the camel is a long-term capital, especially in the context of desertification. The third level, it is also linked to the desertification of the environment, is that it is the diversification and the securitization of the income of the pastoralist. Many pure cattle breeders in the world, especially in Africa, as a Pearl or as a Maasai in Kenya, have switched a part of their cattle stock into camel stock faced to the desertification. In that sense, they can securize their incomes. The fourth level, it will be the economic integration. The possibility nowadays to sell milk, meat and wool in the local, regional and even international market is a main feature of this last decennial, contributing to the integration of camel farmers to the economic globalization. And the fifth level regarding the poverty alleviation, at my sense, it is a social integration. Indeed, thanks to the added value allowed by the new economic opportunities for the camel owners, and also for the other stakeholders of the camel sectors, they have developed an active network contributing to the social integration of all these actors implied in the camel production.
Sir, your kind self is currently president of ISOCARD. What ISOCARD is doing for betterment of camels and pastoral camel farmers?
Well, regarding ISOCARD, what is ISOCARD is doing for betterment of camels and pastoral camel farmers? The idea regarding the creation of such international society was exposed by myself and my colleague Mohamed Bengoumi in Morocco during a workshop on the young camel. It was in 1999. But the creation of this society was achieved really in 2006 at Al Ain in Emirates, thanks to the support of Professor Al-Adrami at that time, presently head of the United Arab Emirates University. And after the first international conference that we organized at this occasion in 2006 in Al Ain, we organized a second conference in Jerba in Tunisia in 2009, at Muscat in Oman in 2012, in Almaty in Kazakhstan in 2015, and the fifth conference, and the last one, in Laayoune in South Morocco in 2018. Well, the next conference, initially expected in 2021, is postponed due to the pandemic, but we suppose to organize it in 2022 in Emirates again. So, ISOCARD is a scientific organization. So it means that beside the conference organized normally every 3 years, who is able to gather between 200 and 300 camel scientists through the world. We have also a scientific journal, the Journal of Camelid Science, which is free, and it is online journal. For the moment, it is managed by Professor Al-Jassim in Australia. We have also a website, isocard.net, and we have a Facebook page where camel events are regularly commented. And we have also Camelpedia, a sort of Wikipedia devoted to camel, unfortunately not sufficiently supported. But the most important thing that we have to know is that it is a scientific organization contributing to the development of knowledge and the exchange between the camel scientists through the world. And indirectly, we expect that it can have an impact important for the camel pastoralist.